Once upon a time, in a quiet kingdom far away, there lived a young prince. He had a good life. He read interesting books, rode his horse in the mornings, and played music in the evenings. But something was missing. I want to get married, but not just to anyone. I want to get married to someone real. Not just a crown, but kindness. Not just beauty, but grace. I want to marry a real princess, but how can I know? How can I be sure? Who is the real thing? The queen, his mother, was a wise and thoughtful woman. She had seen many things in her life. My dear, finding a true princess is not easy. But love is not a race. Be patient. The right person will come. The prince nodded, but his heart was full of questions. So, the prince left the castle and began to travel. He visited great cities and quiet villages. He spoke to many princesses. Some were clever, some were beautiful, some were very polite. They all say they are princesses, but how can I know? Anyone can smile and say nice things. In one country, the prince met a princess in a long golden dress. She smiled without blinking and spoke in a soft, sweet voice. Rain? Oh, no. I don't do rain. My shoes cost more than a horse. The prince smiled, but only with his mouth. He was unsure and thought to himself, pretty words, perfect smile. She speaks like a princess. She looks like a princess. But something feels wrong. Empty. Maybe I will never find her. Maybe real princesses only live in stories. After many months, the prince returned home. He was exhausted. His boots were dirty. His heart was tired. The queen saw her son sitting quietly, sad, in the garden. You searched with courage, and that is already something to be proud of. But don't give up just yet. Sometimes life brings surprises when we least expect them. That night, the wind began to blow. The trees shook. The sky was full of dark clouds. Rain poured down on the castle walls, and thunder roared in the distance. The queen watched on, concerned. Oh, what a terrible storm! No one will come tonight. Even the birds are hiding. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Who could that be in such weather? A servant ran to open the door. There, standing in the rain, was a young woman. Her hair was soaked, her dress was muddy, her hands were shaking slightly. She looked tired, but she stood tall. There was something unusual about her, something calm, quiet, and proud. Good evening. I'm terribly sorry to disturb you. I was caught in the storm. May I come in? The queen examined her carefully as she stood cold and wet at the palace door. No crowns, no jewels, no name. Just a girl in the rain. Of course, dear. Please, come in. But the queen was watching. She was already thinking. She turned slightly and whispered to herself. Interesting. Very interesting. Was she the princess? Was she subtle, graceful, and sensitive enough to be a real princess? How could anyone know? The queen had a strange little idea, a test, you might say. Not a question or a challenge, just a pea. For the rest of the story, click on Part 2 of The Princess and the Pea. Find the free PDF and quiz in the description and comments below. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe to join us here for more. Until next time.